You know the Rizzler, right? We all know the Rizzler.
I know the Rizzler,
I
yeah.
know the Rizzler.
I zone out and hear you guys talking about the Rizzler. What is this?
So you'd rather jerk off than play Donkey Kong Country 2?
So
I'm kind of upset about that actually, because this game
well, I need my break. I need my.
We're in level 3 now.
World 3?
This stage is really
You're right.
boring. This world is really boring. Like these swamp
It just seems
levels.
like a forest.
No,
a swamp.
The forest levels are something else, but the swamps are just super boring. No one likes swamp.
What? I love swamps. What the hell?
I hate swamps.
Does this look fun to you, Zach?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. It's a lovely environment that you're in right now. You gotta take in the sights. You need to find a new way to appreciate the world around you
This
and
really
the
makes me
nature.
want to go outside and like find a frog and then crush it up and then turn it into a ball.
Why are you crushing it up?
and then- I don't know.
I would be happy with just finding a frog.
Zander, you would bring frogs into the classroom in middle school and just
Yeah,
let
I
them
would do
loose,
that.
and the teachers would
Yeah,
get
I
mad at
remember
you.
that.
bring in frog. I was the wildlife guy. Here's a rather traumatic frog story. So one time in 7th grade, I brought a frog inside as usual, and then after a while of playing with it and showing it around and everything, then I let it out on the windowsill and closed the window. And then like a couple weeks later, I checked back, and well, I didn't really check back. I just opened the window to yell at some kids outside, and there was just a frog skeleton on the windowsill, right where I had left him.
He just stayed there the whole.
Yes.
He left.
You stayed
So
till
did,
he
so
died.
did someone
Like he was your loving companion,
did
and you
someone
left
like
him.
suck him up like a
he
chicken
was
tender,
waiting
and all
for you
that's
the
left were
whole
the
time.
bones?
Yeah, I don't know. There was just bones left. I don't know. Maybe his leg got stuck in the window when I closed it or something. But I don't think that was the case. But it just turned into a skeleton, and I was shocked.
Here's a fun fact about this stage. In the original version of the game, when you every time you turn around, it would flash the camera like, "Oh, he's pointing at the screen," and it'd be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, but
actually
then it
kinda
made
cool.
people
But
get
it was
like
really
a
annoying.
trillion
Suck.
seizures.
The editor, every time I turn around, flash a picture of Maltiggy take the place
Balti.
to take the place of what was originally intended.
Include
You're
the
turning around a
include the
lot.
sound
Are you
effect.
sure you want to put that
It's a
load
good
on
idea.
yourself?
Do it for like 10 seconds. You don't have to go all. Like, whoa, I'm in the game! Here's what I have to hashtag rant about, and I hope the right people hear my message, which probably, oh god, probably won't happen. But we all know the Survivor wiki, of course. We know how there were like 90 seasons or whatever, and I used to look at them, right? I used to spectate what happened. I think Survivor games online are completely bullshit. The beauty of Survivor is that you're in there. But if it's online,
you're in there and you
if
have
it's
to
online,
interact with the people.
It's just a competition to see who can text the most wet, because I have to be the star player and make the most connections or whatever bullshit. It's just
you
a
love
competition to see
online
who's the most
Survivor.
wet texter.
But in real Survivor, you're like forced to interact
But-
with these people because you live with them.
But listen, there's this one, you know that one wiki with like 1,000 fucking pages or whatever? I spectated those seasons because I just think it's fun to see, it's like a rat cage. I just think it's fun to see how people handle playing online like that. So I've been spectating it since 2020, since like season 62. Now they're on season 90 what something in 2025.
Jesus Christ.
And recently they introduced this bullshit new system where in order to actually spectate the fun parts of the season, you have to be a trusted viewer be trusted by the moderation team or something. And I've been watching it since 2020, and I don't interact with that community at all because it's bullshit, and I'm not gonna actually ever play the games.
But you
I
have
never-
to be a trusted.
But in
you're
order
not
to actually like
trusting
see
them.
the confessionals or see the actual like the challenges, all you can see when you're not trusted are just the team camps and the tribal councils. That's it. It's
results?
boring.
Is that basically the results? I've never actually watched
the
Survivor.
tribal council is whoever gets voted out. But there's literally nothing I can do to be trusted. The only way I think I could do that is if I actually go on and play a season, which is not going to happen, by the way. I would be immortalized in the pages of the wiki. I'd probably get like last place. I'm never going to do that. People are going to look up my username, and they're going to see me getting last place.
You're gonna be in a job interview, and they're gonna look up your name.
And I'll be in like last place on
And
Survivor
they'll be,
Shitfuck
we
Island
can't hire
season
you.
93.
You were last place in Survivor.
But there's actually
online.
there was someone on one season who had a mental breakdown, and he said, "Can you can you rename my page so it's not the first thing when you look me up?" And they didn't do that. His name was by the way, and he was on one of the seasons.
Oh.
And if you look up got his survivor thing, because they didn't listen to him.
And it's the first thing that
Yeah.
he had a mental breakdown. See, that's what's gonna happen.
And I don't want, the only way I can be trusted is if I play on the season, and that's the worst part. They don't even let half the players who compete be on the trusted thing. Only like the people who did good are, because you can trust the people who did good. So if I want to play, I'd have to get like
You
first
have to
place
win
or something.
You gotta win, and then you can you have to win first, and
I
then
have
you
to
can just
win.
watch.
But this is why I'm upset. There's literally nothing I can do about that.
That is jacked up.
But
So why are
the
you
one good
playing
part,
as-
one good part, if I do apply, I have a freaking epic fursona, and the hosts are partial to people who have fursonas. That's a proven fact.
He does have a pretty cool persona.
Yeah.
It's not. I
They
don't.
need to
you
be
haven't actually
awesome, or
seen
they
it
need to
ever.
be hot.
But I'm the only. But that's the fun part, because like half the hosting team in every season are furries, so they would definitely cast me if I ever did apply. So that's about it. That's the only plus side here.
But the thing is, you have to apply and be immortalized on the wiki.
But even if I do ask for trusted, which I know it won't go through, they say something snarky like, every time you ask, we're not gonna give it to you for another season or some bullshit, because they don't know the plight of the common man.
they just want to, they give it to people at random, right?
They give it
just
to
like
people the hosting team can trust, aka their friends or people who played on the other seasons.
But then what's the point of it even being public?
A spectator like me, because they want people to
Isn't the whole point of it that it's like a show?
Yeah, but I'm a weird case where I don't ever want to play because I think it's horrible.
What if you just like say you want to play but then don't play, but then you...
But then they're not going to give the trust.
Then they won't know if I'm good at the game, and then they won't trust me if I don't get...
Yeah.
Here's my idea, actually.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
To your master plan.
If we have 20 of us who are in on it, and we all get on the
Yeah,
cast...
we all get in.
We can manufacture a season where where I win.
There you go.
But that's never going to happen. The numbers are
Listen, 20 alchemists. Let's all organize in the comments.
Yeah, everyone on Discord. Everyone on Discord. Message me on Discord, okay? The name's on there. If you want to be a part of this plan, message me. But I hope the right people. I hope one of the hosts come across this video, because what am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna leak any information. I don't fucking know anyone. So that's why.
Except
I'm
for that
upset.
one guy you immortalized on the wiki page publicly for some reason.
And I said his name on the on the video. Oops.
Editor, blur that out, or don't blur it out. Beep it out.
I think they'd know who we're talking about.
Yeah, they'd know.
Well, in order to guarantee we're all casted, we're gonna need to get everyone personas.
Okay.
Damn it.
We all have to get personas now for this.
That way
the host.
cause. That way the host would be partial to it.
Alright guys, I'm locked in now. Why are you a snake?
And mine's. And Zander, if you had a persona, what would it be?
So we're at this.
That's a good question, actually. That's a thinker.
And how big would its boobs be?
Oh, if it was a female?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just in general.
No, or... Well, I would
Like, pick
hope...
your favorite.
Well, if I were to have boobs, I would be a female. I wouldn't be...
Okay.
If I were to have boobs, I would be a female.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't let my
You
own
choose
persona be
to-
a man with boobs. Well, there would definitely be at least a C.
But it sounded homunculus. It's just wrong.
You're like actually going into this and saying the cup sizes?
If you had a little tiny version of your persona, like in a box, would you torture it?
Would I torture it?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think you would torture it. I think you
I
would
haven't
freak
even
with
designed it yet. Let me
That's
think.
true. Right.
You know, I had a
It would
theory
be-
about personas. There was
Well,
something.
he's still designing it.
There was something that I decided
it. Mm-hmm.
that would help me get
Now, is
past.
this a persona of me?
Well, it represents you.
Yeah,
That
it has
represents
to
me?
represent you.
Because it would be some sort of mammal.
There are quite a few
a
of
great
those.
choice.
You gotta narrow down a little.
Okay.
I'd be on the
But it would have boobs.
So
What's a
yeah,
good
just
female?
so that's still all
Alright.
mammals.
I'm
That's
thinking
every
Most
mammal.
mammals, yes.
I'm thinking a panda.
Okay.
I'm thinking a panda babe. And... and it would have at
It's an
least
exotic
C.
choice.
Well,
When
pandas
those-
are known to be bigger. But this would be a slim, thick panda.
Okay.
And she would have like some C cups
All right.
and
You
Okay.
got it down. He's got the science.
He's
had a huge
very
ass.
detailed, more detailed.
She could like sit on you and you would love it. Like that big of an
That
ass.
big, that
Oh
big.
dear.
Yeah. And
This is like design 101.
yeah, and
When those,
of course
Can I
it would
cut you
have the
off for
black
a
spots
second?
around the eyes and all that stuff.
No, don't interrupt the artistry.
And so
you're right.
Someone
that's
make it
basically
for
my
him.
OC design, my persona design. And if I did have a little tiny version of it in a box, would I torture it?
Yeah, would you torture it?
Probably
Like, what if it was
not.
really fun?
Well, if it was really fun, I just might, but I don't see myself torturing my persona. So I would put it in like an ant farm enclosure type
Okay.
thing and have it dig holes, like to live in.
Yeah,
So you
just,
can just observe it daily. That'd be fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just have a little version of your persona, and it, yeah, you get to just see what they do day to day.
Yeah, I would teach you
And
how to
then-
draw
and
chibi
That's like,
watch
me
them
when I,
dig
that's
holes
like me
and,
when I
like,
watch
mine
all
for
those
coal.
Survivor seasons. Just fun to see what people do and see what happens, which I can't do anymore. Anyways,
It all comes back.
It all comes back to that.
Yeah, so it really would just end up as a game of spectation.
You know, whenever those ants die, they sound like when Squidward walks.
you're right. That's what I was actually thinking.
I was thinking.
Oh no, a video game hero coin, and I missed it.
Aw. Oh well.
Xander,
You're
you would
serious.
definitely get cast on fucking Survivor 92, Fucko's Isle. With
Why
that
would I be
design.
cast on Fucko's Eye? Oh, with the persona
Yeah,
design?
they would cast furries on the spot,
Oh, okay.
and that's how we all get in.
This is a classic gaming tune.
Maybe I should commission a persona of me as a panda.
Something that went into my decision is that I think I would get casted because something I've oh shit I
How
didn't
did you
get
not
hurt.
die
I
there?
did get hurt there. I had a theory that characters with skulls people are exponentially more horny over them.
Characters with skulls?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Well,
like
you
Most
know, like-
characters have skulls.
You know, like the ancient
The
Magus
skull
bride
masks.
kind
There's
of,
this
the
thing
ancient
about-
Magus bride type,
like
which partly went into my decision making. And if I did show up to the Survivor season with my persona, that would be a reason I would get cast.
Well, for some reason,
the badass skull
No, because one
mask.
of the hosts pointed that out when I joined the server. They were like, "Oh, I love Elias from fucking anime," because that's my profile picture on Discord.
Yeah, the like married a monster or whatever show.
Yeah.
my life as a monster that married.
But that's my theory, and I think it's a pretty good one.
You know, they tried to ask. Well, I say they. Xander wasn't really involved, but Zack and Jesse the other day tried to ask me what my own persona would be, and I mean, I have quite a few furry friends, and
We know.
they were stumped too. And
What do you mean they were
I
stumped?
they couldn't.
You would be like
Maddox is an
animal like no other.
you would be a bear.
A bear?
Is that because he's big?
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Not like a fat, ugly bear, but like
Yeah,
just
not
a bear.
fat, ugly bear.
Well, I mean, it's a
You
better
know what
idea
bear
than I
means,
came up
right,
with for myself.
Xander? Like for someone to be a bear.
Yes,
Yeah, like
I know what a bear
buff.
is.
I meant Xander. Did I
For
say
someone to be a
Maddox?
bear is like they're very muscular and all
And
that.
gay.
Gay.
Yeah.
I don't think Maddox is
Oh.
gay.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
mean it
not.
that way.
It's like a gay euphemism. I'm pretty sure.
If I'm
don't-
anything,
This is another example of how the wokeness has corrupted such simple things.
No, yeah, wokeness made it so that
We
like
need to
wokeness stole
get
bears
rid of
from
woke.
the United States.
Yeah, I mean it's just a simple animal with innocent intentions,
know-
and look what happened to me.
Very innocent animal.
very innocent. You know, all they did was sell us toilet paper, and look at what we. Where am I going with this?
How many? So
All they wanted to do was wipe their ass,
Exactly.
and now they have to stick it in ass instead.
I wonder how many people were affected as a child with those Charmin bears.
Like
And-
they
and
got
they
like
developed a
wipe
fetish for
ass
it.
fetish.
Yeah, they developed a bear ass fetish.
You mean like what is it called? It's like scat. or
It had
something.
it had to be at least one person,
It can't,
right?
it
Like
can't have gone that
statistically.
far, but yeah, at least one person developed
gotta
that
have
bear ass
happened
fetish
before.
from the Charmin commercials. But some of those commercials were pretty out there.
It's like that scene in like Over the Hedge where the bear's Gyat! You know that scene?
Yeah.
That was Over the Hedge. I thought that was open season.
I don't know.
I think it's the same bear in both movies. Actually, that's a little fun
are
fact
they in
for
part
you.
of the
Very-
same cinematic
Very
universe?
synonymous movies that.
No, I think
was
it's actually just the
describing
same character, but different universes.
Oh, like a
The open season.
like
cinematic
a
universe.
Metropolis from 2001.
Let me look that up, actually.
My buddy, like, had me watch a movie where the maker puts the same cast of characters just
Fair.
in situations,
Open
and
Bear
like it's always the
open
exact same
Okay,
characters.
his name is Boog.
Oh, they're
Boog?
different.
Bear
It's Boog and
over
Vincent.
the hedge. Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, which one was
No, yeah,
the Gyat
Vincent's
bear?
like an evil bear.
So was a Boog that was
Boog
the
is a
Gyat
funny bear, and he twerks.
Awesome. Good for him.
Okay, I see it now. Okay, then what was it? There was one where Vincent is in 2 different movies.
Jesse's just locked in, beating the hell out of us. I shouldn't have said anything because that
Maddox,
threw
you cursed me!
that threw him off balance.
And I have to play this as Dixie Kong. You know, Dixie Kong is fun and all, but Diddy Kong is just faster at doing everything. He can pick up things
Oh,
faster, throw things
okay.
faster.
He's
I got
a
it
better
now.
fighter.
He runs
Vincent
faster.
was
Dixie
in
Kong
Over
is
the
the
Hedge
peach, where
and
she's
the
slow.
B movie.
Oh, you die.
No!
In the court, in the B movie court scene, they bring in a bear to testify for the use of honey or whatever, and that bear is in fact Vincent.
Huh.
Who?
Well, not in fact, it's a possible cameo.
Vincent.
People
Oh,
believe it to be
I know
Vincent
him.
because it looks the same.
They reused the model.
Yeah.
B-movie cinematic universe. Okay.
That's just what happens when, uh-oh.
Or I guess
This
over
is
the
a
hedge. since that came
compromising
before.
position for you, Jesse.
You're telling me.
You know, this dude feels like the kind of boss that you would see in Crash Bandicoot.
This is seriously intense.
This is super
This has been
boring, by
going
the
on
way.
for a long
Donkey Kong
time.
Country 2 is a boring game, all things considered.
Yeah, this game's like kind of bad and it sucks.
What were they thinking?
Where are my microtransactions?
Where are my loot crates? Where are my Peter
Where's
Griffin?
Donkey Kong?
Where's Peter Griffin?
He's captured and you can't even play as Donkey Kong in the Donkey
Why are you
Kong
so
game?
Why are you
Where's
so
my
big on
Fortnite
Donkey
Battle
Kong?
Royale?
Because Donkey Kong is playable in like
It's his
two games
country.
ever.
I'll be fair enough, but Donkey Kong is super boring when you can play as him, okay?
No, he's not. He's super cool because he's
just-
Donkey
listen,
Kong and he's big
Diddy
and
Kong
cool.
is just so much more fun. And
Jesse,
No.
it isn't called Diddy Kong Country. It's called
it's
Donkey
called
Kong
Diddy's
Country.
Conquest, to be fair.
Diddy's Kong
Okay, well, it's
Quest.
not called Dixie
That's
Kong
clever
Country.
wordplay.
Is that the sound Diddy made when...
Yeah, that's the sound Diddy makes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you missed. Come on, Jesse.
How could he do that?
Oh, you're cooked.
Yeah, Zach, you'd make a great impression of that. I win!
You finally... Alright, here we go.
Time to rock out!
Time to cock out.
Time to cock out.